in trying to set up the grid, we first need a few measurements. The length was actually 448mm, 224 was the half which I've marked along there. What I did after that was place this rule where the holes are going to be on that central mark and mark the spot on one end. I'm only interested in one end because from then on everything else will radiate from that one end. Now what I need to do is, well, we know it's along that line, so straight away let's go 90 degrees, and before you think I'm going to cut the board, there's a pencil lead in there. Whoops, wasn't even close. Shit. Hang on. Where's the bloody rubber? Christ. That's nearly like getting somebody pregnant when you don't want them. You need a rubber. Here we go. Rub that out. I didn't realise that was so thin because I marked that other line with a big pencil. This is now a much smaller pencil, so let's try that again, halfway along that line, and here we go. Oh, look at that, that's much better. I don't know whether you guys have seen these. It's actually just like one of those X-Acto blades, but replaced with a carbon plate. I think I got it from Woodpeckers when I bought something ridiculous, and I know that they pay by the size of the shipping, is by the size of the box, not necessarily by the weight, so I often pack it out with little extra incidentals. Okay, now I do know that that has to go along that line. Now we've got four. Actually, what I will do is I'll go this way. I'll make this exactly 20. Oh yeah, the line's there, I could hardly see it. 20mm. So, oh, this one, that bloody thing. Oh yes, it will. If I use the back of it. Should. Oh, actually I can do it here. Oh no, it's worked. I've got the measurements. Now what I will have to do is extend the parallel line from that distance along here, which will then give me my, let's call it the x-axis as opposed to the y-axis. Okay, I'll go and get my set square, or whatever I will get. I hadn't actually tested this for square, and just to make sure I didn't make a fool of myself, I did test it beforehand. Put it on, and it is perfectly square, and I'm quite happy with that, assuming this is square, and bloody better be after what I paid for it. As you all know, Woodpeckers is not cheap. Okay, now I'll use this T rule to, I mean, I could use one of those offset Duvalakis or whatever, but no, I'm just quite happy to just draw a line along here, and that's it. So now hopefully what we need to do is drill the first hole in that little intersection, and the next hole along the line, but let's drill that one first. Now what I'll do, oh look, I might as well use my gadgets. Where is it? This is my optical center finder. I don't get a chance to use it that often. Slap it on there, put this little doobie in, and excuse the head. Yeah, that's on the spot. Where's my mallet? Grab my mallet, get the centre punch, pull that out, drop that in and give it a whack. Now look, yeah, I know all you other guys have things like centre punches, which I have, that you press in and bingo. In fact, I've got another one that I absolutely swear by. It's a spring-loaded one. This, here we go, this little unit here, which is just brilliant if you need to punch a hole. You drop it in, there you've got a hole. But half the time I miss the bloody mark anyway, so while I love the tool, I keep missing it with that. It is unfortunate, well, fortunately it's spot on. Okay, so what I have to do first of all is drill a 3mm hole down there. So I'll go and get everything set up for drilling that. I will fess up that I've got this monster Festool drill, which is brilliant. However, for this Parf system, I just find this little lightweight drill is more than enough grunt, and it's easier to swing around and take bits on and off. So the way this is done, let's replace, this is all the UJK Parf System paraphernalia. What you first do is, actually I'll put it here only because it's better balanced, but I'll try and centre that hole. Then this little recess there, that fits perfectly into that hole. This drill bit, and this is why this UKJ system is so good, it fits in there, centres it, and it has its own built-in depth gauge. Now, as you see, I've already moved that, but then you get one of these pins, put that in there, seat it in the ruler so it's perfectly centered. Then you line this hole up along that line. You don't have to measure distance, you just line it up and center that line. Again, centering is not an absolute requirement unless you want as close to perfectly parallel to the edge as you can. But that bit goes in there, oops, and while you hold pressure down on that just to make sure it doesn't move, in goes the drill down there. And the whole thing about it is, the way it is, the tolerances are really great. It goes through, centers it for you, stops at the appropriate depth, and I hope I haven't really looked at this before. I don't think it's come out the other end. Yes, it did. Good God, I didn't realise it did that. That's not very good. Can you adjust that? No, you can't. Oh, look, you know, that doesn't really worry me. However, I was just surprised that it does do that. Alright, look, while I'm there now, let's go and finish this. Get two more of these, naturally line that up, and because we've guided that, that should go in and lock it. And now we've got these other holes, we can then for all it's worth, I don't have to go down all that way, which I won't this time. I just go how far does it go? Yeah, it does go actually quite a fair way down. Oh, it pokes out by about 3 mil. Okay, we've done that. Now the next important thing is to get 90 degrees. Now, I think this is where Pythagoras comes in, and you have to do a bit of stuffing around. Now, I'm not sure whether this is a good enough combination to get you the... No, I doubt if it will. It's got to go there. Oh yeah. If I slap that in there, come on, that's slapped in, and theoretically you get this little gadget here which will let you put these two, oh good God, let me get this right, let you put these two rulers together. Now I'll screw that down. So they're all recessed and set up so they just fit perfectly. And then by using again the system, because bear in mind that this hole, I've got to get the pin centered properly. Here we go. I can weigh that down, not that that matters, but because these holes were marked out equally and these were marked out equally, this should theoretically be, oh, it won't if I don't have it in the hole. Hang on, let's get this visually centered, which might make it easy because the tolerances are so tight. Yeah. Oh, bugger. There you are. That's in. That's in. They're in. As I said, basically because these were measured, whatever that's a 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Using Pythagoras or whatever with the 90 degree, that should be perfect. So let's drill these two holes. Come here. That's all that's going to let you do, is just drill these two holes. And that hole there. Now that you've got those holes drilled, you can remove this doobie now. That's no longer required. Actually, you know, it's incredible how, hang on, I'll move this a bit to give better balance. This is just a one-show pony designed just for that operation. I don't think it's then used again. So I'll put it back together. Oh God, these clumsy hands of mine. Now, again, let's start. You actually get 3 of these. I can't remember what the, oh that's right, the third one is for, what the hell is this for? Oh, if you're doing a bigger table, right, to get your Pythagoras type of a thing, I think you can, if you say you're extending this right along, you might be able to get your Pythagoras in a smaller piece whereby you can pin one there, maybe one up, well naturally if it's going to extend further, one up there, and then use the other pin here and, oh look, oh Jesus, I can't remember. Yeah, you've already drilled, oh look, I can't remember. But yeah, all I can say is that sometimes you can use 3 pins, and if you use 3 pins, that eliminates the need for this little doovie. The doovie is for smaller table setups. The 3 pins are when you have larger ones, or whatever. RTFM, Jesus Christ. I'm not here to teach you, I'm just here to give a quick demo. Now, let's make sure that's why is that? I don't like the way that's, I don't think, I've got a strong feeling somehow, I'll do that again. I don't think I've drilled that hole deep enough because that pin didn't seem to want to go down all the way. That's better. Let's try that again. I mean, I could have left it where it was, but I'd rather bring it up closer. There we have it. Now, we get this hole. As you can see, this is going to drag out me trying to show you how to do it. Okay, now that we've got this, what is the next? I can't remember exactly what the next step is. Oh, that's right. I think, if I remember correctly, you have to repeat that process we've just done this way. Yeah, that's right. Come on. Sorry, I tell a lie because you now... Oh, let's move this blasted thing out of the way. It has to come there. Yeah, so I have to use this little doovie again. Look, I'm not going to waste any more video time because, I mean, that's sort of bullshit. Well, it's not bullshit. But naturally, again, you use this pin to locate those two. That will now permit you to drill these 2 holes. Then you remove the ruler, drill that hole. Once that hole is drilled, you can now put a ruler across the top line there. Drill the holes. And as you can see now, you've got your grid along there, your grid along here, or the holes along here. Therefore, you can start drilling the middle holes. You know, it's actually quite simple and nearly therapeutic, you know, because it actually makes your brain think for a change. So, look, I'll put it on, but I'll probably try, I don't know, I'll probably edit it out. The only problem is, I don't mind editing it out, but if I'm yakking away, sometimes I might actually say something that's worth saying, and if it gets edited out, well, you won't know about it. So there you have it. Okay, another hole. Yeah, look, I'll go through this exercise only because I can then show you exactly how it works. Okay, let's remove that. And everything being equal, you might even be surprised at how well things go together, and I might be surprised at how I've stuffed everything up. Now, bearing in mind you've just done two 90-degree Pythagoras. Whoa, shit. Yeah, put that in there. I'm jumping the gun. I forgot this little beast up the top here. Okay, let's move that out of the way. Those two out of the way. Now, bearing in mind, even though we've tackled this from that 90 degree, this from that 90 degree, these should theoretically line up perfect. And as you can see, that is perfect, because, and when I say perfect, not only does it fit into the hole, the little collar sits in that, and therefore you can just make sure you get this right. One, two, three. Okay, now it's just a case of moving that down there, drilling holes, that way drilling holes, and then look, I'm not going to do the video doing that, but and hopefully that is pretty well centered, although not quite, because I did offset this 15mm from there, which actually makes this more like about 20mm there. I could have centered it a bit better, but actually I'd rather have it this way, so I know I can now, depending on the closeness of these holes to that, yeah. Sorry, there was a pregnant pause there. I sort of got off and started thinking, I don't know how much I'll get cut out of it, but I was thinking, hell, you know, that's only 5mm. There's really not much between the hole and that. But then you've got to remember that it is actually a hot circle, so the 5mm is only going to be at the extremity. There'll be enough meat hopefully left around there, and it's only a dog hole, especially on the edges. It's not going to be needing super strength, and there would be enough strength. However, if worst comes to worst, just flip it upside down and you've got the meatier part there, and that can be there for just show. Alright, I'm going to, as I said, drill out the rest of the holes and come on to the next part. You probably won't notice it, I doubt if you can notice it too well, but I've decided, when you look at the grid, I've decided not to drill out these two spots and leave that there. More so, I think I'll have enough dog holes around, and I don't want to sort of like perforate it with holes everywhere like I did with the other one, because I often found that things kept falling down, although I've got a way to overcome it. But then I look at it from the point of view that, hell, if I need more holes, I just get out the ruler, and there is a way of slapping in new holes after the holes have been dug, because usually you'll find that this is what you use, and again you use locator pins. However, these locator pins aren't going to be much good in a 20mm hole, as you can see here. However, look, I'll just people that have said, oh shit, I've seen enough, I don't want to see any more. I'll give you a chance to exit early. You can get these little doovies which you can then put into the hole, and that now will give you that central anchor point for that 3mm pin. And doing it that way, shit, now I've got to try and get this out. Doing it that way, you can then use the drilling template to drill holes when there's already been holes drilled. And also you'll find you could actually use these to maybe drill a hole in the middle there if you wanted to, which might be something I might want to do, you know, put in a couple of close ones there. I don't know, we shall see. But that's it. So I'm going to go and have a vino, maybe some tea, it's getting late now, and I'll get back to drilling the holes.